So we're in a position where, again, we've run out of materials. So here we are. Skimmer and everything's in like last time. What we've done is just started building up the front block work, building up our corners, got the areas marked out for the returns. That one's higher than I wanted really, but can have a think on it. Got two choices, can either fill it in and then core drill them or accept where they are. I'd actually appreciate some feedback. So the bottom one here, that's actually halfway down, but the top one, it's whether this one's a bit too high. So the water level is halfway through this top block here. So you've probably got about 150 mil or 6 inches for the Americans of water cover. Whether that's going to create too much motion on the old ocean, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's where we are now, but I've actually run out of blocks. They are on order and will be here in a couple of days' time. And the garden's starting to look a bit more tidy, apart from where the kids' paddling pool was. Old pond, and then what I'll do is I will give you an update on the fry a bit later on, because I think we counted in at 75 earlier, so we take to them. But while I've got a shortage of blocks, what I'm just concentrating on here, those of you that follow the channel, you remember this was all done and finished but at completely the wrong level, so that's now been dug out. So what we're doing is we're doing this with a bit more of a degree of certainty. So the gully's gone in, the gully is low, which is what I want, and then we'll just frame around it like last time. It still goes off to the edge, but what I've done just as a temporary, there's our bottom drain pipe work, just the dog and a daughter. I think she might be dead. No, nope, she's alive. Okay, cool, just checking. So there's, obviously we've got the top block on, which is fine, and what this little rock here does is replicates the top of the water level that we want. So if I just go around, so you can see top of the rock, takes it around halfway through with skimmer, which is fine. So what I've done is just fix this temporary post on the edge, and then what that's allowed me to do is, we know for the Nexus level for the water needs to be 950 mil from concrete base. So what I've done is just taken a level off of the finished water level on the pond, and then I've just marked that on this temporary piece of timber here. So now what that's going to allow me to do is dip down from here down to 950. I can then mark that on the sleepers. I can get my timber in around the edge, and then we can get this concreted today. It's a bit dull and dark, but hopefully the weather stays dry. But yes, that's what we're doing. So yeah, just to get your water level, just find your water level in the pond, basic level across, mark, dip down, timber, jobs are good one. And then obviously I say the gully will be a little bit low, which is quite handy. Make sure it takes the water, and yeah. So there's a skimmer in there on the back. Can cut my waterproof membrane off now. Problem is, every time we come out to work on the pond at the moment, we're having to drain it first. Today is the first time that it's actually been dry, but it is giving the bottom a good clean, so I cannot moan. But yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. So there we go for today. Just a little concrete base in, nothing special. Gully's in the corner, and then just a brush finish, and just a quick Harris around the edge. Nothing too special. Remember, this is groundwork, it's not cookery. But yeah, slightly awkward because you have to, obviously it has to be level for the filter to sit on. But obviously we want to make sure that the water gets to the gully. So we've just grooved out a couple of channels around the edge. We've got drainage in that corner, and then we've got a drainage hole in this corner which just seeps back to the garden. But just to be sure, we've put around the edge, just used a bit of pipe just to make an indent, make sure that water gets to the gully. But yeah, other than that, just a general tidy up. Just chuck together a quick frame just so we can get an idea of where the window's going. It's the outside diameter, obviously. Yeah. So it's just a 1200. It looks tiny on there, to be fair, but I'm not going any bigger. To be honest, I never originally wanted a window. If I'm honest, when the old koi swim past it, they're best viewed from above, really. They freak me out a bit from the side, but some of the kids wanted, so there it is. But yeah, it's just a 1200 by 600, I want to say. Yeah, 1200 by 600 from coastal koi. Cockney koi, no. One of those, I think it's coastal koi. So just a couple of £100. Yeah, been in contact with Adam. He's, if you get a chance, have a look on Facebook. He's known as the Pond Wizard, but he's down here in the southeast. But if there's anything you want to know about ponds, I mean, he's forgotten more than most will know. So he does fiberglassing. You can get hold of equipment, filters, does pond maintenance. But yeah, that's Pond Wizard. So what I'll do is I'll put a link down in the comments. But yeah, his name's Adam Longhurst, I think his name is. But he'll be fiberglassing it. Yeah, so the next step is brickwork comes on Tuesday. But now that's in, we can actually get that tidied up. Got to do some staining on the timber and then put a waterproof membrane just in front, make sure it doesn't rot. And then obviously we'll build the filter house off of that, and then that hose isn't staying there. Just so it was getting on my nerves, pissing me off, keep tripping over the damn thing. But yeah, so a couple of days time, that lummox can go from there to there. And we can start getting tidied up, which would be nice. Like I say, keep tripping over everything. The old James the Koi Whisperer. I admire how tidy he manages to keep, especially in a small garden. I mean, I've got a massive garden. Tend to be tripping over junk all the time. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Evening all. Good news, covered by some bad news, covered by some possibly genius news. Just got back from the timber merchants and I feel quite sick. That pissy little pile of wood you see there, so 400mm posts, a bit of 6x2 and a bit of 4x2. That is 400 nopes. 400 nopes. Now I'm all for profit margin, but timber merchants, you're taking a piss. There's a shortage, fair enough, but screwing us in the arse is not helpful. But aside from costs, that means we have all the materials for the pergola. We have the remaining blocks. We have remaining building sand. And I think we got about 3 or 4. I'll talk about that in 2 ticks. Another stupid idea. We've got another 3 or 4 bags of cement. So I think we are good to get to a stage where we can finally invite Adam Longhurst in, the fiberglasser, providing the weather picks up. Because again, in East Sussex, it's pissing down with rain. Now pigs, they seem to be alright, so it's cool. On to this anyway, mentioning timber prices. Now from a filter house, which is obviously now finished base wise, I want walls around 3 sides and then a sliding door on the front so I can access the Nexus, and then a separate cupboard over here for me electric, so I don't have to open the big cupboard if I want to switch electrics on and off or adjust things, lights, whatever. So anyway, looking at tongue and groove prices in pine, softwood only. Now a length of tongue and groove in tannelised is, well, when I spoke to the timber merchants earlier and looking at wicks, B&Q, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to get a sensible price from the likes of the high street, but yeah, I thought I'd try anyway. But yeah, after looking at the prices, after picking myself off the ground, getting my heart rate checked, checking that I hadn't had a stroke, check I wasn't going deaf and misheard the price, it soon became apparent that I can't really risk remortgaging the house to pay for a bit of cladding, tongue and groove cladding. So I had this genius idea. I hit the Facebook. I say it was a genius idea. When you get, do you ever have them ideas where when you think about it, it's a good idea, but when it comes to actually putting the labour in to see the idea through, you think to yourself, I'm an idiot, I'm an arse. But actually, Rome weren't built in a day, so it might be worth it, it might not. I might get halfway through and chuck it on the ground and just think, nah, bollocks, this ain't working. But yeah, so tongue and groove was I hit the old marketplace on Facebook where you find all the crap for sale, and I found a shed, an 8x6 shed in clearance. So somebody just wanted it gone for free. Oh, it's a well-built shed. Once upon a time it was treated. Someone has taken the time to actually treat it themselves over the years. There are a few rotten corners, but yeah, basically I'm going to use the freebie shed to remove the tongue and groove and then repurpose it on my filter house. As you can see at the moment it's looking a bit of a state, and the amount of nails in it, just to get that small section off, I am thinking to myself, I can't be arsed. I have numerous cuts and bangs on knuckles, probably won't focus, but hey up. But yeah, that's my idea. But what I will do is I'll get back to you in about 20 minutes and see if I've spat my dummy out and given up, or whether actually this might be something that is worth doing. But yeah, think outside the box sometimes, because like I say, I'm not a rich man, and I know a lot of pond builders out there aren't rich people and paying those full prices at the moment, and they're giving timber in 2 days time going up another 22%. So yeah, by the time you watch this video you'd be out of time. It would have gone up 22%, but if somehow you're a mind reader, or you can travel to the future and back like Marty McFly, yeah, you want to get down the old timber merchants in a couple of days, because it's going up another 22%, which means that that little pile up there was actually worth 7,463 quid. So yeah, but I'll see you in a bit. I've just got to work out how to get rid of all this crap. I think I'll burn it. I think I'll burn all of it. Right, see you in a bit. So we finally got up to the window, come round that back wall, which is nicely finished, thank God. So now we're just working up against the window. Obviously these are going to be cuts. We've been very fortunate here that it's full cut, or full block, and half cuts, and then all we're doing is just adding the stainless steel brick ties, just to give it a bit of extra strength. I don't think it's needed, but it's always good to have a bit of extra. There we go. Bit of a celebration, bit of an anticlimax actually. I almost feel like there should be like a brass band and hats and poppers and stuff, but other than a brush down, that is block work done. And I am very, very glad. Morning all. Not much to update this morning. Managed to get out at about 7 o'clock. And as usual, British summer, pissing down with rain. But onwards and upwards. We're just digging the, originally I was going to have my posts coming off the top, and I've decided it just looks, I don't know, it just looks too cluttered. So I've gone back to our original idea, similar to this one, where the posts will be in the ground. But yeah, the only problem with that is, guess what idiot stored all his hardcore that he couldn't get rid of because the skip had gone down the backs of the pond? This guy. Just won't stop raining. Bollocks. Quick weather update. We finally got sunshine. Just kidding, still fucking raining. There we go for another week. Posties are in, each corner spaced out, concreted, and then I'll put the shims in and they'll get bolted to the wall as well. We've just been talking, insulation's in there ready, but we've just been talking about how we're going to finish it. Originally intended for render, but I'm now thinking I'd like some sort of timber cladding. Oh, sorry, that's a dog's arse. But yeah, that's it for this week. So pond is now constructed, posts are in. Adam, the fiberglasser, is booked in for August. So hopefully by September, October time we'll be done. Yeah, next step, got to do the roof. Everything's up there. Do the roof. Get the filter house built, get the filters in. Windows all ready to be ordered. This is how we get the water out each day. Sit the dog in here for half hour. Toots! He loves it. Got our returns. Skimmers there, look. That one broke, couldn't believe it. I lie, I glued it in too early, so I had to break it off. But yeah, obviously these corners will have there's 25mm insulation going on the outsides, which is bizarre. And these, I'll just cut the corner off of a 100mm section, just to ease the corners and hopefully ease the flow. But yeah, that's the inside. It's crazy when you sit in here. So, I don't realise how big it is. Quite tempting just to put a swimming pool pump on it. If it's a jacuzzi. But yeah. Old Buddha looking over us. But yeah, only went for a reasonably small window, as I say. Each to their own, but the old fish freak me out a bit when you see them at the window. But that's more for the benefit of the old killywinks. But yeah, from this shit bag, from those shit bags, hiding behind a post. See you next week. Have a good one, and don't forget, keep it easy.
Yeah.
It's groundworks, not cookery. Yeah, bye. What do you think? What do you think? What do you reckon of the pond? Yeah? What do you reckon? You like it? You like it? Yeah, I likes it, I do. You coming in? Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, look, here we go. Oh, rah, 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 rah. Good. Oh, wah, 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 wah. Oh, wah, wah, wah. Oh, wah, wah, wah. Oh, wah, wah. I think they approve. Hatchery. Tadpoles are still going. A lot of them have become frogs. If you can just see them in there. There they are, look. That's the baby frogs. And they're going over to a wildlife pond over the road, which is quite nice. There's so few tadpoles left. Managed to finish off, haven't painted it yet, but just the little fry tank or hospital tank, grow on tank, whatever it'll become now. Not sure if you're going to see much. So there we go, that's it for another week. Not much happened, I'm afraid, so probably a bit of a boring video. I apologise for that. That's it for this week. I'll catch you soon, and hopefully next week we'll have something a bit more interesting to show you. Ciao for now.